Hey you watching this video, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do because there's an issue that I need to talk about with this game that is really annoying. And it stems from the fact of just how unbalanced below level 50 PvP is. And below level 50 PvP also just so happens to be the entry point to PvP for new players. So I guess the goal of this video is to tell you what you can expect if you're going to be playing below level 50 PvP, and to not be discouraged by all of the cheesy stuff that goes on below level 50 PvP. Because a lot of new players, when they start experiencing this, and this is their first experience with PvP, this is such a sour taste for them that they never want to come back. And after that point, it's really hard to find the spark again to want to continue to play this game. So, without further ado, let's begin. Do note that this comes from my experience with playing below level 50 PvP and the observations I've made while playing. So let me start by talking about below level 50 Cyrodill. So, simply put, just stay away from below level 50 Cyrodill, because the people that are currently in Cyrodill below level 50 are way too big for their britches. So of all the things that I could say about the people that play in Cyrodill below level 50, all I'm going to say is they have absolutely no honor. And you'll find that that's a trend throughout everything below level 50. They have no honor and they're way too big for their britches. I have absolutely no respect for these kind of players, because why in the world do you need full gold gear, specced out at level 30 with a complete build, having bought every single one of the skill lines just so you can have an advantage over players that have absolutely no idea what they're doing in PvP? And then have the audacity to send them a whisper telling them that they're absolute garbage and that they should stick to PvE. And then managing to one-up yourself by, after hitting level 50, deleting your character and starting the whole process over again, recycling the gold gear and the exact same build you had just used to destroy people who have no idea how to play this game. And if you didn't know, by the way, gold gear below level 50 actually scales higher than CP 160 gear for some strange reason, as long as it matches your character's current level, that is. But you can see how this is exploited to its fullest potential below level 50, where you create a set of gear every 2 levels from level 30 onwards, and you gold out everything. Looking back on it now, I can't believe I hung out with those kind of players below level 50. But that's how I know exactly what they're running and what they're doing below level 50, and that's why I'm here telling you. Even then, I had some sense of honor for the people that I was killing, and I never whispered them, and I never started anything with them. All I did was kill them if they got in my way. But some people take it to a whole new level. So what I'm saying is, I'm telling you to avoid these kind of people. If they whisper you, they're trying to get a reaction out of you to make themselves feel better. So just save yourself the trouble and don't say a word to them. This whole whispering thing occurs a lot more often in Battlegrounds, which is what we will talk about next. So Battlegrounds is very much a mixed bag when it comes to who you're going to get in your matchmaking, because some games you'll get in a game which goes just fine for you and it's the most fun you'll ever have, but then you'll get in some games where there's an extreme sweat tard on the other team, where the matchmaking is so unfair that one player can determine the outcome of the entire game. I find that this more frequently occurs on my first BG on a brand new character that I create. There's just somebody in there that destroys everyone and I can't get my daily reward. I also can't do anything about it because I'm such a low level and my gear doesn't match up with anything because I run green training gear at such a low level. I'm saying you can expect this to happen in some of your BGs and even to get spawn camped for kills. But when that happens, you just need to endure and keep fighting it out, because nothing's going to change if you don't try. Because you never know. Later down the line, that person that was spawn camping you and whispering you and telling you how bad you were at the game could end up in your next BG match, when your character and their setup is a little bit more built out and a little bit stronger. You know, they could be the one eating those words that they sent to you. As satisfying as it is to kill someone after they've insulted you, that is not why these guys play this game below level 50. They play below level 50 because they can't survive above level 50. They're not good enough. All their gear and all the easy carries and all the cheesy exploits you can do below level 50 is the reason they stay, because they're not good enough to fight above level 50. Because despite how much we like to beat on ZeniMax for having a broken game, above level 50 is actually a very balanced PvP experience where people actually die. Unfortunately, it's not the same for below level 50, and that's where these guys like to stay. They like to have basically a cheating advantage over players that don't have anything to their name. So that's why when I play below level 50, I like to play like I'm a referee. I basically sit on the sidelines and help my team actually play the objective without cheesing over the game and trying to keep it fairly balanced. And if someone comes and attacks me, and they keep attacking me, I'm gonna defend myself, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to massacre the entire lobby and ruin the fun for those guys. But if somebody in their entire team does really make me angry and they just decide that they want to wipe the entire battleground, I am gonna put my foot down and break away from just sitting on the sidelines and helping play the objective to just stomping that team, that specific team, and those specific players. And if I see someone really struggling in the match, I normally ask them after, hey, you need a little help with PvP? And then I normally offer a hand, because I genuinely want people to enjoy the game the way that I enjoyed it, or at least have the chance to, but they don't really get that chance if every single game they go into, they just get destroyed and pub stomped every single match. And I've had a few friends turn this game down completely for the PvP aspect alone because it was just too difficult to get into out of the gate. Because the first game that they went into, we got absolutely destroyed. And it sucks too, because this is such an amazing and fun game, and I really want people to enjoy it and experience it for what it has to offer. But the fact of the matter is, below level 50 PvP is so horribly unbalanced at times that it just makes it unapproachable to new players, which again is why I'm making this video, to make these things aware to you, so that way you're not surprised by them when you see some person being extraordinarily and unfairly overpowered next time you get in a game below level 50. And chances are you'll run into the exact kind of people I'm talking about in this video, who are running the exact same builds and the exact same setups with the exact same gold gear that they were running 2 years ago. Because in fact, I ran into the same guy today that I ran into 2 years ago, and he's still doing the exact same thing. And I haven't seen him once above level 50, which is really, really sad, because he used to put up a good fight, but now, look, experience trumps gear. But I'm about to get into that, so hold on. If there's going to be one takeaway from this video, is that you can expect these things to happen in Battleground. I'm repeating myself an awful lot because this is the reality of it. And to not let these few bad, horrible games where there's just this one person that's being just obnoxiously overpowered, don't let that ruin the entire experience for you, because that's not what this game is. Okay, so here's the fun part, I guess, where I just explained to you a lot of the cheesy tactics that people use below level 50, so what you can look out for. And what better ways to do that than with fun facts? Fun fact! Did you know that you can wipe an entire game and then leave right before the match ends to not receive any XP in a battleground, and then you can repeat that as many times as you please, never leveling your character at all, but being able to wipe teams time and time again? Fun fact! Did you know that there's an invisible buff, just like the Battle Spirit, that you get for being below level 50, which will increase your damage dramatically and decrease the damage that you take dramatically, which can be exploited because it's multiplicative, so that means the same person will never play a character that is lower than level 40? Because they're too afraid to die on a character that is lower than level 40 because they don't have the same advantage as a level 40 and above character. Fun fact! Did you know this buff also applies to food and how dramatically that food scales? Fun fact! Did you know that some of the players that play below level 50 aren't very good at PvP? Fun fact! People that only ever play below level 50 will never get any better at playing PvP. Fun fact! Did you know that if you partake in any of these fun facts that I will personally hunt you down at Battlegrounds and tear out your lungs? Fun fact! I am running out of oxygen! And here's your final fun fact. If I forgot anything in this section of the fun facts section, I will put it in the description, so that way you have that information. And well, I guess that does it for most of the video. I'm guilty of a lot of these things, and I just wanted to bring to light because of me friend, but also because of how unbalanced below level 50 PvP is at the moment. It puts a really bad taste in the mouth of all the new players that try and enter PvP, but I just want to tell you to be prepared for this, because this is going to happen whether or not you can control it. That PvP, it ain't easy sometimes, especially when you have these cheese puffs running around with their super builds below level 50. But the thing you gotta do is adapt, prepare, and then execute. And don't forget that some people are genuinely good players, but those that stick to below level 50 are not. But 'tis the state of below level 50 PvP. It's like that thing that they call shark attacks or whatever. It's a good way to learn, but also it's just not a very fun way to learn. So again, the takeaway from this video is to just be as persistent as possible, even if this is literally every single game that you get into. I mean, if it is literally every single game that you get into, then leave PvP for a little bit and actually work on your character and get some good gear that you can use. But yeah, I guess that'll about wrap it up for the video. If I forgot anything, again, I will leave it in the comments section. No, not the comments. Maybe the comments. Whenever. Somewhere underneath the video is where you shall find the information that you need, okay? Now, please excuse me as I have a desire to make strange noises. That was your cue to leave, by the way, unless you're still here for some strange reason, then you better prepare yourself because it's about to get for fun. And lol, you thought I was going to make strange noises. Okay, good night.